Are you looking for top 10 most remarkable opera houses in the world? When it involves architectural treasures, an opera residence is mostly a metropolis's maximum prized gem. The high-quality opera homes weren't simply constructed to show off main tenors, baritones, and sopranos, however, to illustrate the arena that the metropolis had accomplished an excessive stage of culture, electricity, and wealth. In addition to presenting an exceptionally memorable theatrical experience, opera homes provide a thrilling possibility for vacationers to view systems designed with the aid of using a number of history's maximum reputable architects. Whether attending an overall performance of a fave opera or traveling the theater, the arena's high-quality opera homes continue to be famous tour attractions. Here is the list of 10 most remarkable opera houses in the world. 10. Bolshoi Theatre. Rebuilt and renovated a couple of instances over its lengthy history, the Bolshoi Theatre in Moscow started lifestyles as an unimpressive brick and stone shape constructed with inside the 1790s. The cutting-edge constructing turned into design with the aid of using architect Andrei Mikhailov and finished in 1824. The neoclassical theater is richly appointed with oriental carpets, silk damask protected partitions, and velvet upholstered chairs. Smaller than many fundamental opera homes, the 4 balconies and gallery that encircle the orchestra seating make for an intimate experience. A 2011 preservation, rumored to have priced as much as $1 billion, substantially stepped forward the theater's acoustics. 9. Hungarian State Opera House. Designed with the aid of using Miko Sibyl and finished in 1884, the Hungarian State Opera House in Budapest has taken into consideration the Hungarian architect's best accomplishment. The neo-Renaissance shape is embellished with artwork and sculptures created with the aid of using the country's maximum acclaimed artists, and functions a large chandelier crafted in bronze. Statues of Franz Liszt and Ferenc Erkel flank the theater's entrance. Known for its terrific acoustics, the theater has attracted world-famed composers, consisting of Gustav Mahler and Otto Klemperer. 8. Metropolitan Opera House. Known honestly because the Met with the aid of using opera fans everywhere in the globe, the Metropolitan Opera House at Lincoln Center in New York City is as well known for its complex and modern productions as its bar for commanding performances with the aid of using the arena's maximum achieved opera singers. For its splendid acoustics and terrific sightlines, the Met has been stated as a most desirable opera residence because it opened in 1966, designed with the aid of using architect Wallace K. Harrison. The theater's cutting-edge layout functions a white travertine facade with a chain of grand arches. 7. Teatro Colon. Opened in 1908 with the overall performance of Verdi's Aida, the Teatro Colon in Buenos Aires turned into design with the aid of using a succession of architects, which may also provide an explanation for the shape's eclectic fashion. With almost 2,500 seats and status room for 1,000 people, the Teatro Colon stood as the arena's biggest opera residence till the entirety of the Sydney Opera House in 1973. Famed tenor Luciano Pavarotti praised the theater for its ideal acoustics, noting that this characteristic doesn't continually bode properly for the singer. If one sings something bad, he said, one notices immediately. 6. Teatro di San Carlo. The real Teatro di San Carlo in Naples holds the identify because the oldest constantly lively opera residence in Europe. Built with the aid of using King Charles of Bourbon, the red and gold theater is hooked up to the Royal Palace, completed in 1737. The opera residence mounted a widespread that next architects might try to follow. 6 levels of field seating surround the horseshoe-fashioned orchestra seats, with an extravagantly embellished royal field jutting out with inside the rear of the residence. A multi-million greenback preservation of the theater turned into finished in 2010. 5. Vienna State Opera. The Vienna State Opera House, greater normally referred to as the Staatsoper, opened in 1869 with the overall performance of Mozart's Don Giovanni, designed with the aid of using architects Eduard van der Nul and August Sickart von Sickartsburg with inside the neo-Renaissance fashion. The theater in Vienna turned into in part destroyed with the aid of using bombs all through World War II and turned into now no longer absolutely restored till 1955. The country opera's musicians are simply as prized because the singers, the arena-famed Vienna Philharmonic recruits its participants from the company's orchestra. The theater is understood each for its many children's productions and for its low-cost standing room handiest tickets that theatergoers take hold of up minds earlier than an overall performance. 4. Teatro Amazonas. Teatro Amazonas or Amazon Theatre is an opera residence placed in Manaus, inside the coronary heart of the Amazon rainforest. It turned into constructed all through the heyday of rubber changed the usage of substances from everywhere in the world, with furnishings from Paris, marble from Italy, and metallic from England. On the out-of-doors of the constructing, the dome turned into protected with 36,000 embellished ceramic tiles painted with inside the colors of the Brazilian country-wide flag. The first overall performance turned into given in 1897 with the Italian opera La Gioconda. The opera residence turned into closed down quickly after, but because the rubber change declined and Manaus misplaced its major supply of income, there wasn't unmarried overall performance in Teatro Amazonas for 90 years till 1990 while the Teatro Amazonas reopened its doors. 3. La Scala. Milan's Teatro alla Scala, or La Scala as it's regarded the arena over, has loved a popularity as a most desirable opera residence because its first overall performance of Europa Riconosciuta, with the aid of using Antonio Salieri in 1778, designed with inside the neoclassical fashion with the aid of using architect Giuseppe Piermarini. The Red and Gold Theatre is well known for its extremely good acoustics, which monitor the actual competencies of a singer so correctly that overall performance at La Scala is considered as a tribulation with the aid of using fire. Even artists of the best stature have skilled heckling whistles from critics seated with inside the Loggiani, the gallery above the theatre's box seats. 2. Palais Garnier. The Palais Garnier at the Avenue de l'Opéra in Paris is probably the various high-quality regarded opera residence with inside the world, in part due to the fact the theater turned into used because the pudding for the radical and next musical, The Phantom of the Opera, designed with the aid of using architect Charles Garnier and finished in 1875. The Beaux Arts Fashion Opera residence functions a large 7-ton crystal chandelier with inside the middle of the theater, exceptionally ornate marble friezes, and statues depicting figures from Greek mythology. In 1962, Marc Chagall introduced frescoes to the ceiling. While prized for its beauty, the theater is infamous for its terrible sight lines, and the Paris Opera now makes use of the more modern Place de Los Angeles Bastille for maximum in their performances. 1. Sydney Opera House. One of Australia's well-known landmarks, the Sydney Opera House is one of the world's maximum prestigious acting art centers. Regarded as a 20th century architectural masterpiece, the Sydney Opera House turned into designed and constructed with the aid of using architect Jorn Utzon to mirror the photo of a large cruising ship. Though the call shows it's far used handiest as an opera residence, the task incorporates a couple of overall performance venues. Of the numerous venues housed within inside the shape, a number of the maximum considerable are the Joan Sutherland Theatre, Drama Theatre, the multi-reason Utzon Room, and the Concert Hall, which homes the most important mechanical tracker movement organ with inside the world. Also a part of the Sydney Opera House is the Forecourt, an open-air venue imparting many out-of-doors performances.